pals, welcome to the channel. I'm so excited to show you today's tutorial. So I have a pattern coming out next Saturday. It is my Tunisian crochet Kindle purse for a Kindle thing bag. Anyway, this pattern's coming out next weekend. So what I wanted to do this weekend is I wanted to show you how to make this braided I-cord strap. So there's a couple ways you can do this. One, you can grab your DP ends and you can knit a ton of I-cord with your DP ends. Go for it, that's fantastic. Or you can grab a Cordsmith. So this fun, fancy tool is called a Cordsmith, and this one was made by Autumn at Size Inclusive Collective. She made me this one, and I am obsessed with it. It makes I-cord in no time flat. It's super gentle on my hands. I don't drop stitches all the time, and I absolutely love it. So today I'm going to show you how to cast on, how to work your cord, how to bind off, and then how to braid your cord as well. And then next week I will show you how to attach it to your bag, make the bag, the whole 9 yards. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel so that way you know when the video comes out next week. And yeah, let's get into making your cord. Okay, so like I said, today I'm going to show you how to make this braided I-cord strap for our Tunisian crochet pouch. So this pattern for the pouch will be out next Saturday on YouTube, and today I'm just going to show you how to do the braided strap. So what you're going to need for this, for the whole pattern itself, you're going to need to have a cake or a skein of yarn. I'm using Mandala Ombre. This is a size 4 worsted weight yarn, and there are 344 yards. Let's see if I can get it to focus. 344 yards, size 4 worsted. This is in the color Happy, and like I said, it's the Mandala Ombre. And then I also have it in Felicity too. I'm gonna make another pouch with this color as well. And then for the Tunisian crochet part, you'll need a 6.5mm Tunisian crochet hook. You only need about this big of a cable on the end of it, or if you just have a long hook, that's fine too. And then for today, you will need a Cordsmith. These are the custom Sean Bartley design ones. Autumn made these ones just for me, so you can grab these in my shop at seanbartley.com. Or you can go to Size Inclusive Collective, and she can hook you up with all different kinds. She's got some in the pride flag. She's got just all different types of designs. This one is just specific to us, which I think it's having such a hard time focusing. I think these are really rad, and they also in the sunlight turn like green and pink, and the daylight right here is hard to see on camera, but they are really rad. So need that, and then scissors. You don't need a yarn bowl, but I have one my friend made me, and then yeah, that is what you need. So I'm gonna clear this out real quick, zoom in a little bit, and I'm gonna show you how to start this whole project. Okay, so we're zoomed in, close up. Let's see if we can get it to listen. There we go. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is we're going to make a slip knot. So I wrap it around like this, and then reach in here and pull it through. And that's how I make a slip knot. I'll do it one more time just so you can see. And then we're gonna wanna leave it open a little bit, and we're gonna take our Cordsmith and we're going to loop it over the first hook, go under the second, and over the third. And then tighten that down, but you want to still be able to move it a little bit and have a little give to it on this first stitch. So you've got those on there. You want to make sure all of your latches are down. And then you're just going to take your yarn. I like to hang on to this first latch just to make sure the yarn doesn't catch underneath it, and then go over all 3 hooks, grab your tail, and I go slow for the first stitch just to make sure it doesn't pop on me. and then slide them all back down. And I hold my yarn the same way I do when I crochet or I knit, and I just leave it a little looser. You don't want to have too tight of a tension or it will be really hard to slide your stitches. So this first one, I went way too tight, so I had to pull that way harder than I should have. Sorry, I'm going a little slow. I see a cat hair. There was a cat hair. I-cord must have been up on my table. And you just keep going. You just yarn over and keep going. Like, I know, I feel like I should be telling you to do more, but there's really not much more to do. You just continue to knit your I-cord. And yeah, so that's just after a couple seconds. Obviously we're just doing this. I've already made these two, and so I just have one more to make. We're gonna make that one together, and then I will show you how to bind this off. So let's get to making the cord. Oh, I should tell you, this needs to be like between 55 and 60 inches long. So just knit until you get to 55 or 60 inches, or somewhere in between there, and then hang on and I'll be back with you in like 30 seconds, okay? Okay. Okay, so we've made it actually to a part that I can show you how to fix. So my stitch slipped off the hook, and so my I-cord kind of pulled itself back. So this is how I fix it. I grab 3 of these stitch markers, and I just loop them into each stitch once I kind of pull it back and get them to where they're even. And then once I have all 3 of them in there, that's when I'll lock them. I just want to make sure in case one of them needs to get pulled out, I'm good to go. So we have all 3 of them locked in there. And then I just slip them back on their hooks. And then once they're back on, that's when I'll take these back off. I just use them to make sure the stitches don't keep pulling. And then you just get right back into it. Okay, so we got to the end of our I-cord. I'm gonna show you how to bind this off. So give yourself a little bit longer of a tail than you normally would, just because we're going to use this. And then weave that onto your tapestry needle. And then we're just gonna go into each stitch. And then just pull them off your Cordsmith. And then I like to go back through them a few times, just to kind of pull them together. And then now I'm going to show you how to braid them together. So grab all 3 of your cords, and yeah, we'll do that next. Okay, so this is how I set this up to braid. So what I'm gonna do is I put all of my cords to where they're even with each other on one side, and then I just take 2 of the strands and tie them all together with the other strand. I know, this is super technical. And that just keeps them all in one spot. And this is the side that has the really, really long tail. So we leave that there. And then I'm going to set the bowl on the strings. And then let's get these a little bit separated. All right, so we've got our 3 strands. So 1, 2, 3. So to braid, we're just going to take this strand over and pull this one into its spot. And then this one over and put this one into its spot. So let's go back and I'll show you how it looks when your hands are a little closer, okay? So the middle one over the right, the middle one over the left, the middle one over the right, the middle one over the left. And you just keep repeating that until you run out of cord. Okay, so we get all the way to the end. We've got our strap all braided, and then they might not all be the exact same length. That's okay. What we do is I just keep braiding until it's just string. And now, like, it was like 2 more twists. And now we're at the end. We have our ties. And we're going to do the same thing. Tie 2 to 1. And now you have your braided strap. So we've got our ends on both sides. We're going to leave those attached, and we're going to keep hold of this, and the next week I will show you how to make the bag. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video, which is Monday. Don't forget to go check that out too. Okay, love you. Bye.